how to create a product, an order bump, and a one-click upsell using GrooveSell. Hi guys, I'm Rob Vazera from CathyandRob.com, and this is our next video in our series, Getting Started with Groove. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can sell your digital products using GrooveFunnels. In this particular case, we're going to be using GrooveSell and GroovePages. I'm going to show you how to create a product funnel, how to create your main product that you want to sell, an order bump, as well as a one-click upsell all within Groove. Let's get started. So there's two main pieces we're going to be using here in Groove. We're going to be using GroovePages and GrooveSell. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is the step one was we're going to go ahead and create our pages in GroovePages first. We're going to create a sales page, an upsell page, and a thank you page. And then we're going to move over to GrooveSell, and we're actually going to create our products. We're going to create a main product, an order bump product, as well as an upsell product. Okay, so let's jump over into Groove, and I'll show you exactly how we do that step by step. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and log into Groove. We're going to go over to GroovePages. In our other video, we started using the free groove.co site, so we're going to go ahead and stick with that. So we're going to go over here, we're going to click on Open Editor. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in here and we're going to go ahead and create a new page. Okay, so we're going to just call this page. We're going to make it a blank page. We're going to click on these three dots. We're going to go Edit Settings, and we're going to call this the main product. We're just going to put main-product will be the URL, and the title here will be main product as well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit this little check mark right here, and that'll save it. And we're actually going to go ahead and create three of these real quick. So we're going to create our main product. We're going to go ahead and create our upsell page. Right, this will be our upsell page. All right, we'll go ahead and catch that. Hit the check mark there. And then finally, we're going to do a thank you page. And again, we're going to use a blank page here. We're going to click those three dots, and we're just going to say thank you page. Thank you page. So we're just going to call this thank you. And thank you, T-H-A, thank you. Okay. Okay, so you can see what we've done here, right? We've set up three pages so far, main product, upsell page, and thank you page. And obviously they're all blank right now, right? So we're going to go ahead and just create just a really quick page right here for each of these. And we're going to just do this very simple. We're going to go here to Elements. I'm just going to grab a simple 2-column layout and just drag this on here. The nice thing is there's been a couple updates to Groove now where all you need to do is drag an element and it'll automatically create all the containers for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here. We're just going to do a couple things. I'm going to grab an image and drop it on this side right here. And I actually have a couple images that we're going to use. So here's our main product. All right, and then what we're going to do is here we are going to, we're just going to go ahead and just add a quick element right in here. And we're going to say, this is our main product. We're going to go ahead and save that. We're going to go ahead and publish that. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to put the order form right here on each of those things. So let me go back to the upsell page now. And the upsell page, the same thing. We're going to go ahead and add a column right here. I'm going to go ahead and add an image. Okay, then we're going to come over to our thank you page. And we're going to go ahead and create a quick thank you page. And we're just going to just do something nice and simple here. And here we're just going to put thank you, and we can add more to this later. All right, so we haven't really published anything yet. All we've done is we just have our three pages laid out right here. Okay, so very simple. We have those as placeholders right now. We're just going to go and keep them there. And one thing I like to do is I like to track everything in a spreadsheet because we're going to need these links a little bit later, and it's just going to be easier if we have them all. So you see we have our main product, our upsell, and a thank you page. I always just have a simple Google Sheet. So we know that this is the URL for the main product. This is the URL for the upsell, and that's the URL for the thank you page. Okay, so we have those 3 right there. We may need some more later, but here at least I have them all in one spot. I can do what I need with them. Okay, so one of the first things we want to do is we have our free groove.co domain. Okay, what we want to do is for GrooveSell, we actually want to add a subdomain on there, so it looks like the people are still within the same domain, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a little while. So remember yesterday the other day we added a custom domain. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our domain settings. So we're going to click on the avatar up here. We're going to click on my account. We're going to click on domains. I'm going to click on your domain and then manage. Okay, it's going to show us all of our domains. You can see we have freegroove.co, and we have that as our main Groove pages right now, right? So what we want to do is we want to come over here to GrooveSell, and we want to go ahead and click on there. And it's going to say, what do we want to have here for our GrooveSell branding? So what I tend to do is I like to have checkout, and as GrooveSelling branding. Okay, if I hit this thing right, the check mark right there, you're going to see I'll have checkout.freegroove.co. So what the users will see in the URL is that they're going to be at freegroove.co, and then when they go to checkout, they're going to actually be at checkout.freegroove.co. So it looks like we're still all within that same domain, which is what we want. What we don't want to happen is to go from freegroove.co to groovesell.something else to something else. We want to keep everything in under one domain. It just looks a lot more professional, and it really creates that trust that people are after. Okay, so once we do that, we're just going to go ahead and click on update right here. Okay, and then once we're back in the main page, we're then going to go to GrooveSell. Okay, so there's a couple things you could do. You could click right here for new funnel, or you can click over here for product funnels and then go new funnel. But in this case, we're just going to say new funnel, and we're going to say new product funnel right here. And now we have to give it some information. So in this case, we're just going to call this demo funnel, demo product funnel, or we'll just call this demo funnel again. This is our demo funnel. So we have business, which is fine. Currency is that. And then under domain now we're going to scroll down here, and you're going to see we have checkout.freegroove.co. That means anytime somebody's doing the checkout or any type of thing within GrooveSell for this particular product, it's always going to be showing checkout.freegroove.co up in the URL. And I'll make sure I point that out as we go through some testing here. Okay. And then show in marketplace. I do not want this to show in the marketplace. The marketplace is Groove's basically affiliate marketplace, where you can create a product and put in there for people to sell. In this particular case, we're only doing demo. I don't really need that in the marketplace. Okay, so once I have this information laid out, we're just going to go ahead and create product funnel. Again, all we're doing right now is creating a funnel in GrooveSell. We haven't created any products or anything else. We're just creating the actual funnel name and giving it description. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and say create product funnel. It's going to go ahead and do this. And what it does, it automatically creates an initial product right off the bat, right? And you can see the way this is laid out here. So if you look at the main page, we have all products. So this will show us all the products we have within this funnel. You can filter it down by front-end products, upsells or downsells, order bumps, and then upsells or add to cart order bumps. Okay, so there's a couple different features in here. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be dealing with the front-end product, the upsell, downsell area, and then the order bump. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working on right now. So the very first thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and create a product. Now, when you create a funnel, it automatically creates a product right off the bat, which is fine. So we're going to go ahead and edit this one. This is going to be our main product. And the very first thing we're going to do is go ahead and give it our name and everything, all the other information that we want. You can see right along the top here, it basically will walk us through exactly what we need to do for everything in here. I'm going to go over everything step by step. Okay, so this is our main product right now that we're dealing with. Okay, so we come back over here, right? This is our main product. So that was the name of it. So I'm going to say main product, P-R-O-D-U-C-T. The internal name, we're just going to call this main product. And the description, this is our demo main product. Okay, and we have an option. We can call it a front-end product, upsell, downsell, or an order bump. We already have the main front-end product, so that's what we're going to use. And we also have the ability to add a product image. And I already have some of these when we did the pages, so we're going to use those as well. So we're going to go ahead and click on change. We're going to come over here, our main product, select. So we have our main product image there now. You can obviously size it up a little bit differently, but for right now, that'll be fine. So once we have this first page set up, then we go ahead and click on Next and Save. And now it's going to ask us for our pricing plan. Now, this is the nice thing about Groove, is that you can create so much flexibility within your pricing plans. So we're going to go ahead and go over all these right now. So you can have multiple price points for a specific product. Basically what that means is that you can give people different options when you want them to pay. So you may have them have a one-time payment. Maybe if it's a high-end product, you can break that down into different payments. You can have a recurring billing that happens all the time, say like in a subscription-based product, you can do that. And I'll show you how we can set all those things up, okay? So the very first thing we have here, we have a demo product. This is going to be our main price for this thing. So it's going to ask us for the price point name. And this, you can name this whatever you want. We're just going to call this main price, or we're just going to call this main product price. Okay, internal name, we're just going to call this price point 1. And then the description, it's our main product. We're going to call this a one-time payment of, we're just going to call this $97. Okay. It's going to be a one-time payment right here. And now the nice thing is there's a couple different types of payments that you can actually select. Okay. One-time payment is, like it says right here, a single one-time payment for selling this product. If you want to have recurring billing is basically going to be at regular intervals of time. So you can set it up to go every month, every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks, whatever it is, or every 4 months, whatever it is that you want to do, you can have the flexibility to set it up here under recurring. Installments basically means, say if you have a product that's say $997, right? And you want to break that down to 3 payments of $400, right? You can do that installments. You would basically set up, that'd be $400 for 3 payments, okay? Recurring installments are basically a combination of the recurring billing and installments. So say you can do the same thing. You can break it down, say it's $997 a year, okay? You can have them do 3 payments and it'd be January, February, March. Okay, you can have that set up the recurring installment. So every year it would bill them 1, 2, 3. Every year 1, 2, 3. Every year 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then pay your own price lets the users basically enter in the amount that you want them to pay, or the amount that they want to pay. This is actually really kind of a cool thing, and they just started doing this. But you basically set a minimum value, and then you can let the people pay whatever it is that they want. We actually have a product set up to do exactly this. We have a Facebook Live challenge where we let people pay what they want. We have a minimum of $10, but people pay anywhere between $10 to $39, $49. And it's actually interesting because a lot of people say that they automatically pick the minimum, and that's definitely not true. You provide the right value that people are willing to pay. So that's what pay your own price is. It's actually a pretty cool thing. Now you can also do what's called enable trial. Right? If you enable trial, there's a couple things you can do. You can either set an initial price of, say, maybe it's $10 for the first 15 days, and then it kicks in to, say, I don't know, $47 a month. Okay, so you can do that. You can set that up here as well. Maybe you want to have it to be free for the first 15 days. Okay, and then they start being billed. Okay, and that's how you set up. The initial price will be 0 for 15 days, and then they're going to be billed at $97. Okay, whatever it is that you set up for this. So really, what I would suggest is go in here, play around. It's very, very simple to do. It's very easy to understand once you start playing around with here a little bit. Okay, so we're going to make a price point right in here of $97 of just one-time payment, and that's all we're going to do for right now. Okay, then we're going to click on Save and Next. And next is going to ask us for our gateways. Now you should already have set up your payment gateways. If you haven't, definitely go ahead and do that. But we have PayPal. You can do a credit card processing, and you can do GrooveSell payments. For credit cards, we're just going to go do this. I actually have a GroovePay account set up, so all my processing goes through GroovePay. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And you can do PayPal as well here. I can go down here and add PayPal. So now I have an option to either people can pay with a credit card or they can pay with PayPal. Okay. I'm going to click on Save and Next. And next is going to ask for the content. And this is what I was talking about. This is where it's nice to have these things at the palm of your hands here. So it's going to say, first thing is, what's our sales page? So our sales page is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. We're going to go ahead and put that in here. We're going to say, what's our thank you page? We're going to click on here. We're going to click on the thank you page. So that's our thank you page. I'm going to put that right down in here. And now we have a couple other things. We have refund period. This is where you define how long you want to give refunds for. So you can say you don't want to give any refunds at all, totally fine. You can leave it at 0. If you want, you can leave it as 30 days. Really, it doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. And like it says right here, for the buffer period, there's a note right here. The buffer period is the waiting period after the refund period, after which commissions are sent to your affiliates. So essentially what that means is that if you have a product that's set up as an affiliate, you can have a buffer period here before you actually pay your affiliates. So basically make sure that nobody does any refunds and that you're actually paying them on products that got sold and not products that got refunded. So that's how you would set this up here, okay? Support info is you can either add it or not. If you add it right here, you can go ahead and give it a URL for the type of support or an email, and then either the URL or the email that you want support for. So far I haven't really used it, I haven't really found a need, so I just say don't add support info. Okay, so click on save and next. Okay, and now we're on the checkout page here. So now we're going to give it a little more information here. So we can start off with a look and feel. You can do, they have 3 standards, pink, blue, and gray, and then you can actually do customize right here. So I can come up here for primary color. Say I want, let's see here. Let's just click on this. Let's go over here to say red. I'm a fan of the maroon colors. So let's do this. Say that in the secondary color. I'm either going to make, let's see, black. I will make it white because white will stand out a little bit more. Okay. So once we have that, we come over here to product image. And we can actually change this product image if we want. We did it on the initial product name as well. That's where it's picking up this image from. So you can go ahead and change that if you want. You come into customization and you can change a whole bunch of things in here. You can change the font, the heading color, the size, the font colors, the font's field sizes, the button size, and then the button width. So you can basically have it come this there. You could have it be small, you could have it be large, you got to be regular. But go ahead and play around with all these things. You can see what they all do. And then you can come over here and you can actually change all the text on the billing as well. I'm sorry, all the text on the button. So you can change these things to say, continue to billing, password, payment, whatever you need right here. You can change all of these. Okay. So next we're going to come over here to form fields. And now here, these are the default ones that have to be on every form is last name, first name, email, country, and state. Those have to be there. The rest of them, you don't need them. I would suggest keeping them on there because it's going to allow the credit card processing to actually go through easier if you have the address and city and postal code on here. Phone number and company, don't really need phone number. If you're doing follow-up by phone, sure, you could definitely do it. Otherwise, what you can do is you don't need to have them on there if you don't want that. Okay, so once you have those on there, we come over here to the next one, which is Express Checkout. And because this is our main page, this is our main product, right? We're gonna need to have them do the full checkout experience, right? You can't have just a one-click because we need to actually have them enter their credit card information in there. So we want to have the full checkout experience. So this one has to be there for the main product, okay? Cart abandonment. So what we can do here is if somebody decides to not purchase and we capture their email address, we can go ahead and send them abandoned cart sequence. So we can do that through this right here. The custom CSS, custom tracking, you can add information in there. This is where your legal specific terms and conditions will actually live. You can actually have them, you can enter all the information and have them agree to it. I generally don't use that. I have my terms of services usually on the bottom of all my pages. And then you come over here, you can either do a fixed checkout language or you can select, well, actually right now they only have English, but soon this will actually be a couple more languages. You can also add a quantity field. Now this is important because some people want to sometimes buy multiple of your product. This is an easy way to do it. Just click on this right here and it basically allow users to enter more than 1 unit. So you can basically select the min and max value as well. In general, I don't really need that, so I'm usually just leave this as off. Okay, and then if you're sending them to a membership site, you can actually have them put in their username and password already. And if using GrooveMember, you can actually use this and it will create their accounts right within GrooveMember using this information. Okay, actually, it only used the password. It will not use the username. The username for Groove member is always going to be their email address. So you can ask them for a password, and they can go ahead and do that, and that'll carry over when we go ahead and create the membership site for them. Okay, so that's everything on the checkout page. So we're going to go ahead and click on Save and Next, and that'll save all that information. And now we're going to deal with our order bump. Now, there's two types of order bumps. There's a pre-sell and a post-sell. A pre-sell shows up where you put your credit card information there, and a post-sell will show up after you put it in there. And I'll show you the differences between both of them. Now, the one thing that's important to remember, you have to define your product first before you add it as an order bump. So because of that, we haven't defined our order bump product yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this don't activate right now. We're going to go ahead and get done with this. We're going to create our order bump and then come back in here and then we'll add it. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and leave this as don't activate the very first time. We're going to go ahead and click on Save and Next. Now it's going to say, okay, what do you want to do after they actually do this first purchase? Okay, so you can have them go right to the thank you page, or what, in our case, what we want them to do is we want them to go ahead and do the main order, right? And then we want them to go to an upsell page. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we want an upsell page here, and it's going to say, what's the upsell page? Well, we know it's right here. It's going to be the freegroove.com/upsell. So we're going to go ahead and put this in here. And then you can actually enable the advanced tracking code and the Facebook conversions API. So you can put your Facebook, you can select your pixel in here, or you can put your tracking codes in here, whatever you need to do. We're just going to leave these off right now. So we have right here for our main product, we have the next thing after that is going to be the upsell page, and it's going to freegroove.com/upsell. Okay, so all we're doing here is we're defining the path of our funnel. So we know our funnel goes from our main product to our post to our upsell page. Okay, and when we define our upsell, we're going to go ahead and give that the next page where to go next, and that next one is going to go to the thank you page. Okay, and we'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so we're on our funnel. We're going to do Save and Next. Now it's going to say, how do you actually want to fulfill this? There's a couple different ways you can do it. Easiest one is right within a membership site. So what you can do is you can create a membership site. You can send people right to there. You can send people, you may have an integration to go to an external place. You can go ahead and hook that right in here. You can do a web hook, or you can send them a file. Maybe it's just a PDF that they're purchasing. Okay, in that case, you can just go ahead and send them a file. You can go right here and add a new file. And then you can go ahead, once when they actually purchase, this will be sent right to them. Okay. So this is basically how you handle the fulfillment. You can also handle it on GrooveMail, where every time somebody makes a purchase, you could send them an email with all the information on how to access whatever it is that they're getting as well. So there are a couple different ways to do it. For right now, we're just going to leave everything standard. Because we're just doing a demo right here, we're just going to leave this for right now. Okay. So you do Save and Next. Now it's going to come up with affiliates. Do I want to have an affiliate program for this product? In this case, I don't want that. And now we can define our proof widget. Now the proof widget is, if you notice, anytime somebody makes a purchase on some of the Groove pages, there's a little thing that comes up that says so-and-so just made a purchase. Okay, really good thing, because it shows that it's just social proof, right? It's showing that people are actually buying this thing, and it isn't any type of scam or anything like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and create a quick widget. We're going to say create, and this is going to be our main product widget. We'll just say main product proof. And what we're going to say is just grabbed our product. Grab the demo product. Okay, and now there's a couple different options here. You can do a delay between notifications, which basically means every 1 second it'll show one, it'll disappear, show another one, disappear. So I'm going to change this to about 4 seconds. So every 4 seconds I want it to show and then disappear for 4 seconds, and then show and then disappear for a second. How long should it show? It should only show for 1 second. And we're going to do the last 10. We're going to do the last 10 purchases, and I want it to show up in the top left corner of my page. Okay. Then I come over here to design. I can do some different colors. I can select any color I want. Really, come in here and choose it, or I can just go ahead and do this. We'll do this and this, and then I can actually show only the country, only the city, city and country, or don't show the location. I'm going to just show the city and country, and then I'm going to show the gravatar, and that's a pretty generic thing. If you have a Gmail account, it'll usually pull it up there. but it'll show either just a generic one if you don't have one set up. And I also want the first name. Now you can actually show timestamps as well. I don't like to do that just because if somebody purchased like maybe a month or two ago and that was the last purchase, I don't want people seeing that it was only purchased a month ago, right? I want those things to appear that the purchases have been coming in. So I'm going to leave my timestamp off, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and hit create. And now what it's going to say, it's going to go ahead and create that right there. So we have our main product proof. We do save and next. And it's going to say, okay, awesome, what's next? So this is some information that we need to paste into our actual product page, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new tab right here. I'm going to go into GroovePages. I'm going to open up our freegroove.co. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our main, here to our main page, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to click these three dots. I'm going to go to edit settings. And you can see in here, it says paste this code in the body section of the product sales page. So I'm going to go ahead and click on copy. I'm going to come over here. And you can see right here in the body right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and paste it. And then this one right here goes in the body as well. So I'm going to click this, click on copy, come over here and put it right there as well. Okay. So now I have those two things right in there. I'm going to scroll down, or I'm going to scroll up to the top. I'm going to hit this check mark right here, which basically says, yes, I've got it. I'm going to go ahead and save it. And then I'm going to go ahead and publish this. Okay. All right. So we have our main product right now. So now we're just going to do save and exit. And now here's one of the things that a lot of people get confused on. In order to make our product funnel work, we need to make it live. Okay. And what that means is that if I come back here, I'm going to go to product funnels. You're going to see down here, here's our demo product that we have, a demo funnel. And you can see it's in draft mode. Okay. We need to basically make that live. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, hover right here. And we're going to click on this little rocket ship. Okay. Now it's going to say you can't change the subdomain for the first time. So it's going to ask you for a subdomain, even though we already gave it one. It's totally fine. We're just going to call this demo groove. If it comes up with an error, it means that that domain is being, or that subdomain is being used somewhere. So you may need to mess around with this. It's not really going to show anywhere, so I don't really care. So we're just going to say make funnel live, and let's see what happens here. So it took it. Okay, good. So you can see right now, it doesn't show draft anymore. So it means our product's actually live in there. Okay, which is what we want. Okay. So far what we've done is we've went ahead and created our main product. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to create our order bump. All right. So we're going to come back in here into manage products. We're going to click on order bump, and we're going to go ahead and click on add. And it's going to say, what do we want to add? We're going to click on order bump right there. Click create. Okay, so now this is our order bump right here. So we're just going to name this order bump. This is our order bump, and it's our test order bump. Okay, you can see it's already set here for order bump. Click on save and next. So the pricing, what do we want our price point to be for this order bump? We're just going to say it's $27. And what we're just going to say is that maybe it's an audio file that we're going to send them. Okay. So we're going to make this, we're just going to say 27. This part, because it's an order bump, this really doesn't show anywhere. I'll show you where it's going to show up here in a little while. So we're just going to say $27 price point. Internal name is just going to be 27 price point. And description, again, we're just going to say $27 price point, order bump. All right, it's a single one-time thing, and it's $27. All right, we're going to do save and next. And what gateway do we want? Again, we want to do PayPal, and we have our, on the credit card right here, this is GroovePay. So I know that we have our two credit card things in there. So we're going to do save next. The contents, our sales page, because it's actually going to be on the main page, we are actually going to be using this right here. All right, and then the thank you page, we know is going to be right here as well. Refund period, we're going to leave that, and support, we're going to leave that. Okay, do save and next, checkout. Again, it's going to ask us for this stuff. This stuff, because again, it's an order bump, it doesn't really, some of the stuff doesn't really apply. Now, I do set up sometimes just because of the fact that you can actually give people a link directly to that order bump, but we're not really going to worry about that right now. So in here, I'm just going to leave everything here as default. What I am going to do though is on the product image, I'm going to go ahead and upload the product that we have. So we have our order bump. All right, so we're going to do save and next. And this actually is an order bump, so we don't want to activate an order bump for the order bump. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and leave this alone. The funnel, we want an upsell page here, and it's going to say, what's the upsell page? Well, we know it's right here. It's going to be the freegroove.com/upsell. So we're going to go ahead and put this in here with that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take care of this. Fulfillment, again, how do you want to actually fulfill this product? So if it's an audio file, maybe you just want to send it to them. You can send them right to a membership site. You can even set up Groove Mail, where you can have an automation come in when this is purchased, it sends it out to them automatically. So there's a couple different ways to do that here. Okay. Again, is an affiliate program for this? No. Is it proof? Do we want the proof widget? Because it's only an order bump, we really don't want the proof widget on here. We don't really need it. And then it's going to say finish. So say, okay, here's a tracking link. So we can go ahead and copy this. And again, because it's on our main product page right here, whoops. We're going to go ahead and click on edit settings. We're going to scroll this down. And we're going to paste this right in there as well. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and save that real quick. Come back over here. We're going to do save and exit. Now you can see we have our main product and we have our order bump. Now, what we're going to do is now we're going to go back into our main product here and we're going to actually add that order bump. Because what we have now is we have two separate products. We have our main product and we have our order bump. We now need to take that order bump and put it onto our main product. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit product. We're going to come over here to bumps. We're going to go ahead and select that. Now it's going to say, do you want the pre-sell or the post-sell to be activated? In this case, we're just going to do pre-sell, and I'll change it later to post-sell so you can see the difference. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and say yes, activate the bump offer. It's going to say add new pre-sell bump. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and you can see it opens up a whole nother section on the bottom here. Okay, so what our order bump is, we just said it was an audio file. Okay, so this is just going to be audio recording of whatever. We're just going to say Michael saying, how about that? Okay. And then the description, this is where you would actually enter the full description of what the people are going to see. So we're just going to say act right now and get okay. Now it's going to say select the product. So we're going to do a drop down here, and you can see that here's our order bump product that we already defined. Okay. It's going to select the price point. We have a $27 price point. And so as soon as we did that, you can see now this is where it actually shows all the information that we put up here. Okay. So now there's a couple of things we can do. We can add a thumbnail, right? And it'll show the little thumbnail icon. You can add a bouncing arrow, right? It'll show that right there. And there's a couple different styles you can have. You can do style 1, which looks like that. Style 2, which looks like this. And then style 3, which looks like this. It's kind of a switch. I'm a fan of style 1. I think that works well. So we're going to go ahead and keep that. We're going to come back here and we're going to click on save. And now the rest of this information, we know that this is all going to be fine, so we're not going to change anything. So we're just going to go ahead and click on save, and then we're going to click on exit. Okay, so what we've done now is we have our main product and we have our order bump hooked to that main product. Okay, what we want to do now is we want to actually add an upsell on there. So maybe they took they grabbed the main product, which is great. They grabbed the order bump, which is awesome. And now we want to give them an opportunity to do an upsell, right? We want to upsell them to something else. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on add. We're going to click on upsell, downsell. Click on create. And now what's the upsell product? And let's just say the upsell product is, let's just say it's a masterclass. It's a marketing masterclass. A marketing masterclass. All right, so that's our upsell. All right, so I'm gonna come in here, product name, description, same thing. I'm gonna leave this as an upsell, downsell. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and add the product image in here real quick. We have our upsell product, select. Okay, and we have it set right here as an upsell. I'm going to click on save and next. The pricing, we're just going to say, let's say it's a one-time. Actually, this one here will set 2 price points. Actually, now we're just going to set one. We'll do one-time payment of, we'll say it's $197. All right, we're going to have a one-time payment. The price here is going to be $197, and we're going to go ahead and hit save and next. Again, gateways, we're going to go ahead and do PayPal. On the credit card, we're going to go ahead and do GroovePay. Now, Living Like Nomads is just my company name. It's one of my company names, and that's what I have GrooveSell under, or I'm sorry, GroovePay under. So that's what that is right there. Somebody asked. Okay, so the rest of this we're going to leave blank. Save and next. The sales page. Okay, so now we come back over here. Here's the sales page for our upsell page. Okay, now the thank you page is right here. Okay, again, the refund period, support info, we went over this before. We're going to go ahead and do save and next. Checkout, again, because this is where the express checkout comes into play. Now, you can send somebody directly to this page, and because it's an upsell, right, we want it to function as a one-click upsell, which basically means that on the main page, we get their information, we get their credit card information, they pay. Then we're going to give them this upsell, and we don't want to have to have them put their credit card information again. We just want them to hit yes, I want to buy this, or no, I don't want to buy it. Okay, so if they don't want to buy it, totally fine. We're not going to charge a card. If they do want to buy it, we don't want to have to enter their credit card in again. We just want them to go ahead and pay, right? Since we already have their credit card, we're going to make an express checkout, right? So that's where this comes into play. So if we come over here, express checkout. So there's 2 types of options you can do. You can do, one is a yes, and you activate a one-click confirmation. And basically what that means is that they're going to click yes, I want to purchase this, and then they're going to be asked a confirmation. Are you sure you want to click this? It's going to be added to your order. Okay, so that's what this one is right here. Otherwise, you can just use this one right here, and as soon as they click it, it's just going to go. So basically what you're doing is in the text of that page, you're saying if you click this button, we're going to add $990 or $197 to your order, right? Is that okay? So those are the 2 different options. I tend to do this straight through payments. It's just easier, and I can show you this one right here as well when we go through it again. Again, all these things right here were just like last time, so we're just going to skip them. We're going to do next. There's no order bump here, so we're not going to activate it. And now here's the funnel. So where do we want to send them next? Now, here's the great thing, right? You could send them to another upsell page. You could send them to a downsell page. You could send them to a thank you page. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do here, and that's where you define this stuff right here. So where do you want them to go next? In this case, we're not going to define anything else. We're just going to call it done. So really what we want to do at this point, we just send them right to the thank you page. Okay, so we're going to do thank you page. We already have that in there. So we're going to go ahead to the next one here, which is fulfillment. Again, how do you want to fulfill it? You can do a membership. You can integrate it, you can do a webhook somewhere, or you can actually send them a file. You can also go into GrooveMail, make an automation that anytime this product sells, it kicks off an email, right? So there's a couple different ways to actually handle the fulfillment. Again, affiliate, do you have an affiliate program? Yes or no? If you hit no, it's good. Proof, again, just like before, you can create a proof widget, put on that page. Next, and then finish. And again, here's some tracking information that we want to put on our upsell page. Okay, so same thing, we're going to go ahead and click on copy. We're going to click on the upsell page. We're going to click on these 3 dots, edit setting. We're going to scroll down here to body, and we're going to go ahead and paste. We're going to come back here. I'm going to grab this one right here, copy that, and do paste. Okay. And go ahead and click on the check mark there. Okay, so what we've done in here now is on our upsell product, we just went ahead and added the tracking codes as well as a proof on here. So if anytime somebody does an upsell, it'll go ahead and it'll show right there that so-and-so purchased the masterclass. Okay. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and click on exit. And now you can see, now we have our products. We have a main product, our Orderbump product, and our upsell product. Okay. Pretty straightforward so far, right? No major issues. So what we want to be able to do now is we want to use these products and we want to go ahead and put the order forms on our GroovePages checkout page. Okay. So a couple things that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to actually create a couple carts here. Okay. So the nice thing is this has this built right in here. So we're just going to go ahead and click on the cart icon. And we're going to create our checkout links. Okay. So it's going to say, what do I want to create? Which checkout link do we want to create? We want a demo funnel. And we want to use our main product right here. So we're going to go ahead and click on create. And what do you want to name this? We're going to name this our main product checkout. Okay, you can do this for a specific affiliate if you want. That's what this is. You would enter in the affiliate name because you could have basically a separate checkout for each one if you want. So we're going to just put in our name for right now. Next option is going to be steps. So we can have a single checkout form or a multiple checkout form. Okay, if a single checkout form, all the information is right there in one shot. They enter everything in and then they go ahead and check out. A multi-step form usually converts better. I generally like to do a two-step form where I have the email and then the order form. And the reason why is because the email is the first thing they're going to enter in there. If they enter that in and then don't complete it, I now have their email address where I can go back and market it to them. So I always use at least a two-step order form. I've used the three before. I don't think it converts as well. The two-step usually does pretty well. So go ahead and do that one. We're going to do save and next. And now here's the kind of cool thing. You can select what price points you want to use for this particular checkout link. And this is nice if you have, maybe you have a product that over time is going to start getting more expensive. And this is something that we do. A lot of times we'll do a sale where we'll have 24 hours. It's going to be $99. And then after that, it'll bump up more. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll set up several price points. And then on the first checkout page, I'll show just the just a cheaper price. Right. And then I can go back later and then just update it to the more expensive price. Now I don't have to update anything. All I need to do is change which price point I'm actually using. So it really makes it easy. In this case, on the main checkout page, I'm going to show all the price points. I only have one, so I don't really care. But I'm going to enable all of them right here. Okay, now the look and feel, again, the initial one gives you the base settings when we did it in the actual GrooveSell part. On the actual checkout link, creating this link, you can actually customize it for every single one, every link that you want. So I'm going to leave the colors and stuff the way it is there. The product image I'm going to leave. I'm basically just going to leave everything the way it is right here. The form fields, I'm going to leave this in there. I don't care about the phone number of the company. I'm going to do save and next. Again, not worried about passwords right now. I'm not worried about tracking links. And that's going to give us a link. Okay. So there's a couple different links you could see right here. The checkout link, this link right here, you can give this link to anybody and it will show the checkout page. And I'll show you what I mean. I can come right here. I can just go ahead and paste this. You can see it'll go ahead and show our main checkout page. And you can see we did a multiple step order form, right? So the first thing it's going to do here is going to say, give us your email address and then continue onto the order. Okay. So that's essentially what that one looks like. If we come back over here, you could say embed it into your own page. So you can actually embed this. You can embed this checkout form right into a page, which is what we're going to do here in a minute. Or you can actually have a pop-up modal. Now this one isn't active yet, and I'm looking forward to this actually coming, where essentially you can have them click a button and then this window would pop up and they could make a purchase right there. But for right now, we're just going to worry about this main checkout link, and then we're going to go ahead and hit close. And you can see right now we have our main checkout link. Okay. The other thing that we want to do is we want to create a checkout for our upsell. Okay. Now, if you remember, our upsell it was just a one-click checkout, so we had it set up as express checkout. So we have it, so as soon as we get that link, they're going to click it, and it's just going to go ahead and add it to their purchase. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on the one sell or the upsell here, and we're going to say create, and this is our upsell express checkout. All right. We don't really care about this because we know it's going to be a single click. Now, if somebody got to this page all by themselves, or you sent them this link directly, you can also do that, and it'll go ahead and do a regular checkout. But because we're actually doing this in a page, we don't really care about the steps here. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. Enable all price points. We only have one price point, so it doesn't matter. Look and feel, again, this is express checkout, so we're not even going to see any of these images. Again, form field, we don't care because the fact we collect this already on the first page, it is an express checkout. Passwords, don't care. Gonna leave that blank. And now links. So now this link right here, and you can see checkout.freegroove.co, okay? This link right here is gonna basically be on our upsell page. As soon as we click that button, this link will automatically add that product right to their order, okay? So we're just going to copy this. I'm going to come back over here, and on the upsell part right here, I'm just going to say checkout page, checkout link. I'm just going to paste this in here just so we have it, so I don't have to worry about going back. Now, I'm not worried about it in the main product because we're going to use an element to grab that link right inside Groove, and I'll show you how we do that. Okay. So once we have this now, you can see it's kind of nice because now we have everything all basically done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here to product funnels. All right, I'm going to come down here to manage products. So now we have all three of our products set up. We have all of our links stuff set up. So all we need to do now is we need to go into GroovePages, and we're going to go ahead and add these checkout forms right into the page. Okay. So we're going to come back over here to GroovePages. We're going to go to our main product, and what we're going to do is we're going to add the checkout button or the checkout form right here. Okay, so the nice thing is we come in here, select elements, and we're going to scroll down, and you can see right here it says embedded checkout. So we're just going to take this and we're just going to drop it right here, and you can see it's kind of a placeholder, right? It's kind of what it starts with. If we click on it and come over here to the properties, and we're going to just select configure. Okay, and we have an option here. It's going to use placeholder image, which we really don't want to do. We actually want to use it. So we're going to use our GrooveSell Checkout, and it's going to say which funnel do you want. We're going to come all the way down here to our demo funnel. So what product do you want? I want our main product. And now which link do you want to use? We want our main product checkout link. Now remember, this is where we define our different checkout links. We can, if we had several price points, we can define a different checkout for each price point and then select which one we want. So it's really kind of customizable. It's actually very customizable, which I really like. In this case, we're just going to select the main product checkout, and then we're going to hit update. Okay, so give this a second to go ahead and change. And you can see right here, it kind of changes up, and now we have our product, our checkout page that starts right here. Now, obviously, you can make this as pretty as you want. This is just demo, so I'm not worried about how nice and stuff it looks. So we're going to just go ahead and click save right here. And let that save. We're going to select publish. We're going to go ahead and publish this. All right, and now once that publishes, we're going to open the window. And you can see here's our main product, and here's our order form right here. So I'm going to put in our test email address that I always use, and then continue to order. Okay, so you can see right here, here's our main product, right? One-time payment of $97. And now what you see, if you scroll down here a little bit, okay, now here's our order bump, okay? And remember in GrooveSell, we had this set up. I'm gonna go ahead and exit this real quick. On our main product, under bumps, okay, we had the order bump right here as a pre-sell order bump, okay? So remember we had this as pre-sell, and what that means is on the actual product page right here, on the checkout form, right after the credit card number, they have the option to actually do an order bump right here. They can go ahead and select that and automatically add this $27 right to their order, okay? Now, whether or not they do PayPal or they do credit card doesn't really matter, but it gives them the option to do it right here, the pre-sell. Pre-sell basically meaning before they actually hit that complete purchase button. I have this set up in test mode right now. And if you want to know how to get into test mode, there's a video you can go ahead and check out and put everything in the test mode. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the credit card number 42. This is the test mode right here. That's the test card. And then I'm going to hit complete purchase. Okay. So it's processing. And because of the test order, it should just pop right through here. So now you see it's trying to go to our upsell page. We never published the upsell page yet, so that's why it's showing because of 404. The good thing is we do know that that first one works, so that's good, okay? So what we want to do here is we want to come back over to our Groove pages. We want to go to our next page here, which is our upsell page. Now, because we want this to be a one-click upsell, essentially what we want is we just want to add a button with this code right here, right? And that'll basically add it to their cart, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to go to Elements. We're just going to add a quick piece of text right here that says... All right, and then we'll tell them right here, clicking the button. All right, and we're gonna come over here to Elements. We're gonna scroll down here to Buttons. Right here on the buttons, we're gonna go ahead and just grab that. We're gonna drop this right here. We're gonna select it. Give it a second to render. All right, we're gonna select it. We're gonna say Configure, and we're gonna say Add Masterclass to Cart to Order. And then what we want to do is we want to go here. We want to select our link. And then when it says link to, we're going to come down here. We are going to say URL. And we're going to go ahead and paste. Okay, and I'm going to say update. Oops, I spelled the order wrong. There we go. Update. And then obviously the design, you can give this whatever design you want. In this particular case, I'm not really worried about it, just use it as a test. So we're going to go ahead and do this. So we're going to save this, and we're going to go ahead and click on Publish. And we're going to publish this. Now, one thing I didn't do here, which I needed to do, is I didn't give them a way to get out of here without doing the upsell. So what we want to make sure of is on the upsell page, right, we want to give them an option. Whoops. To basically say, no thank you, I don't want the masterclass. I want to continue to struggle. Okay. Basically what you're trying to do is you want to make, you essentially want them to feel bad for not grabbing your upsell. So here what I normally like to do is I like to make it a little bit of a gray, kind of grayed out a little bit. And the other thing is I'm going to make it smaller. Okay. So a couple of things you do now too is we want this to go to the actual thank you page. So there's a couple ways we can do that. One is we know what our thank you page is, right? It's this right here. We can go ahead and hit copy link. Come over here, highlight basically the text right there. Click this little link button. And where do you want to go? Paste that in there, free groove that thank you, and then save. Okay. Now the other thing you can do is you can come into Elements right here, and where we had buttons before, there's a text link. So you can use this as well. You can drag this over here, click on that link, and it's going to say configure. Now what do you want this to say? Same exact thing. Say no thank you, I want to continue to struggle. Okay, and then you can send the link to a page, and that page is going to be the thank you page right here. Okay, and hit update. So same exact thing. You come in here, you can go design. You could change it to a grayish if you want. You could change the size, kind of whatever it is that you want. We could leave that right there. So both of these basically do the exact same things. Two ways to achieve the same result. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one out, and we're just going to leave the other one right here. Okay. Again, obviously you'd make this look pretty that you want. So we're going to hit save, and we're going to go ahead and hit publish. All right. So I'm going to check this out real quick, make sure that it took all the changes, which it did. So you see right here, when I hover over that, look in the bottom right corner, right, or the bottom left corner, it says it's going to go to the thank you page. So if they got to the here, they don't want to add it, they can go right to the thank you page. Okay, very simple. So let's go through this one more time now. Now we should be able to do a demo walking it all the way through. All right, we're going to do this. Pop open a new page. All right, so we're going to go to our main product page. It's going to come up here to the secure payment. What's your email address? We're going to basically change this up a little bit. Continue to order. Let's say Rob. Basically add all this information in here. Credit card is going to be 42. We're going to do the order bump. Go in here to complete purchase. So you can see right here, we got to our upsell page. Now I can either edit directly or I can say no thank you. If I edit directly, what it's going to do, it's going to go ahead and just add that 197. It's going to go ahead and process it, and then it's going to go right to our thank you page. Right there to our thank you page. Thanks for your order, receiving your information via email. Pretty straightforward there, nice and easy to walk through. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back over to GrooveSell, and I'm going to change this now to a post-sell order bump. Okay, I'm going to keep this same information right here. So I'm going to say don't activate this one. I'm going to do a post-sell. I'm going to say activate this one. Okay, so this right here, we call this audio presentation with Mike. All right, so I'm going to put this little header right in here. The description, we're going to add that in there like we did before. You can actually show a video on this one, but we're just going to go ahead and do the order bump. We're going to do the $27 price point. And now there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can either do a light box or a thumbnail. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on click here to preview to see what exactly they look like. So if we select Lightbox, you click on this, you can see that after they place the order, this is what's going to pop up. And you can actually edit to your order or no thanks. All right. Or what you can do is you can have a slider. So we click on the slider, you can see it's kind of like on the right hand side, almost like the way Amazon does things. So basically you'll put your order in place, this will come up, say you want to add this. You can just say yes or no. Okay. I personally am a fan of the Lightbox, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And you can actually select your thumbnail image as well. You come in here, we know it's an order bump. And then you can actually do a couple of things. You have it large, small, or normal. I'm just going to go make it small. And we can click on the preview right here. You can see it's right up in here. If I close this, I could also make it square. All right, I come up here, do preview, and you can see it's square right there. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that. So we're going to leave this as a post sell right now, and we're going to go ahead and save this. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our main page. All right, our main product. We'll come back here, and we're going to go ahead and do another order. Do 2. Continue to order. I'm going to put some information in here. And you can see right here that order bump is not here anymore, right? So we're going to do this 42s all the way across again. Okay, and we're going to do complete purchase. Okay, so we started to do the purchase, and it came up and basically says, hey, you want this auto presentation for $27. Back right now, get 30% of my saying we're showing you how awesome Groove is. Do not close this page. Please select an option to complete purchase. So you can select yes or yes, add it to the order, or no thanks. I'm going to go ahead and just hit yes. Okay. After this, it then comes up again to our upsell offer. Do you want to add this to our order? We can either add it or just say no thank you. I'm just going to say no thank you, and it's going to go right to our thank you page. Okay. All right, guys, I know that was a little bit long, but it was a full overview of how to use GrooveSell and GroovePages to basically create your main product, your order bump, as well as an upsell. These same principles apply if you want to do a downsell. Really, the exact same thing has to happen. You just create another product. And again, you can do as many products as you want. You can keep going and going and going and going and going. Normally, I try not to go more than 4. Kind of tends to make people mad. But you can obviously do however many you want. Now, if you have any questions at all, please drop them in our comments. Remember, if you found value in this, definitely subscribe to our channel. We have new videos coming out almost every day sometimes, but at least every week. Also, be sure to join our Facebook page, Groove Nation. You go to kathyandrob.com/Facebook, and it'll take you right into that group. Again, we have tons of trainings in there, as well as an awesome community for any type of help. So if you guys have any questions at all, please reach out to me in the comments, hit me up on Facebook, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, have an awesome day. Bye for now.